Good evening.
Welcome. I won't talk over you.
Happy Friday.
Welcome to our second Friday Night Live. We're trying to keep this rolling while we're still skiing. So I got Hillary McCloy next to me, Andrew Drummond, and we're going to roll through some fun topics for tonight. We're going to go over the current conditions, and then what we're really excited about is an upcoming trip to Alaska. Went deep in the archives for some old footage from 2011. Yeah. So it's been, I've been skiing out there since 2000. That's 11 years. Imagine that. Very excited to get back there. Hillary has joined me on some adventures there as well.
This will be my third foray up into AK, and visiting Andrew's brother. Mad Dog lives up in Anchorage, so he's been our kind of the what's brought us together up there, and really showed us what backcountry skiing is on a huge level compared to here. But super excited.
Before we get into that, though, we should give the people
Yes.
what they want. They want to know is the Sherbin. So all that intro streaming footage came from a very early morning mission to go get some sunrise footage, which really turned out not to be much of a sunrise, and everything had frozen over from the rain we got the past couple days. Regardless, we made it out there. Monty joined us before a long day in the shop, and here's a couple clips. The Sherba is skiing all the way still to the cutoff number 3, which is leaves you with a little less than a mile walk out. Oh yeah, we're picture in picture.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
It's
muted
fancy.
I muted the movie, or I exported it without sound because like I said, this was super early and everything was frozen. But what you'll notice is that coverage is still really good up top. Couple narrow spots that are classic, like this little rollover.
Did it get less noisy as you went down, or was it firm all the way to the
It was
bottom?
firm the whole way. I mean, we were there before most people were coming up.
Yeah, it was, the whole valley was all foggy and socked in this morning when I got up.
Yeah, it was a nice morning. We started a little after 4:30, something like that, and the TRT was glazed over. And then from the people we heard that went up there today, ran into a couple friends, made it up to the summit, skied the snowfields, which I heard were the best, and then people were picking lots of lines off in the bowl. So I can imagine that throughout the Pinkham Front Range, things were in and things were skiing pretty well today, but I think this weekend is going to be quite a different story.
I saw rain down here. Since I'm not planning on going up, I had not checked the higher summits forecast. Is it going to be colder up there and snowing?
It's just like, I don't think it's going to warm up. So I think you're going to have, I saw gusts of winds in the triple digits back into winter. Yeah. Oh, who's in the chat room now? We got Rory. What up, Rory? I think this is just going to loop until I move it. So
Okay. Move on.
moving on for those just tuning in. Yeah, live coverage from this morning, if that counts. And so I guess going through all of this footage from Alaska, which I'll get to, got me excited to dig through some other stuff. I'm going to tease a few things later on. We're giving away coffee. So another coffee contest. What else do we have? What's in the box? Have you dug in the box for giveaways?
It's hiding.
Big giveaways. We need to give this stuff away.
We have an arcade belt.
That was left over from the Safe As Clinic.
Yes.
Yeah.
They donated and then left some here. This is technically a women's, but
Thank you, Jackie Peso. And
one size fits all. So to win this, we need to know 2 pieces of information about our cat named Pika. What is his age right now? And what is he named after? You have to get both of those facts.
Whoa. Digging deep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll just let that one go.
So we're going to let that marinate. Whoever comes up with both of those things, will win that.
All right, so I had this little contest with myself was to edit a video on the car ride home from a winter tour where I have 2 back-to-back videos. So first one was Hillary's first tour on the COG. And so I went up we had Jack Elder. Jack should be in the chat room. Where's Jack at?
Yes. And Jake.
Jake. Big chat room guys. Wow. Looking pretty empty in there. Anyway, we shot footage. I just got the iPhone, just locked it in cinematic mode, and this is what happened. Let's see. Oh yeah. Make sure the sound is.
Oh, we're in the frame again.
Yeah, you can talk yourself through what happened here.
So it became a thing that I'd actually never skinned up and skied down the COG until this year. Just never lined up. I was waiting for a special first time. Here it is.
And we picked quite the day.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I got to experience all it had to offer.
This was probably one of the last days the COG was skiable. I mean, we skied all the way from, I don't know, Jacob's Ladder down.
Yeah, it had just snowed. That was all fresh. It was definitely very sharky underneath.
I'm really proud of this.
So you edited that from the parking lot at the COG back to Ski-Doo.
I mean, I had it by the time I got to Bartlett Town Line, this thing was done.
Nice. It's a big one.
All right. I'm just going to jump right into the next one. It was our Nordic backcountry. That afternoon, we didn't want to strike out with...
We had gone up and we had peeked over into the Great Gulf. And as you could tell, it was storming, cold. We couldn't really see anything. And it had been wind loading. And we chose to not ski it because we weren't sure if it was safe. And plus the conditions were pretty intense. So that was why when we came back, we were like, all right, we have to go redeem ourselves. And
yeah, it was a whiteout, low visibility up on the ridgeline. We looked down into airplane and just said, like, what's not worth it. So then we found the sun. All right, check it out. Here we go. This is the Nordic backcountry edit. Ryan Gibbs, you'll enjoy this.
that was fun.
That was really fun. And I think that's what I'm always on my soapbox about Nordic backcountry is like the secret tool in the quiver it's fun no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Turning is challenging. You have to sort of suspend your expectation of making turns and just kind of wiggle and lean back and see what happens. That's what I learned. We've got a little beta that Hillman's was good up high, corn. Also, no one has any information about pica, so we're going to pivot. So to answer those 2 questions, he's 5, and he was named after the Pica Glacier, which we might talk about later. Is that coming up?
Yeah, that'll be in the AK chatter.
But so the next question is, what kind of cat is he? Most of you know what he looks like. So that's to win the arcade belt.
At least like get one of the two in the mix.
He was a rescue, but we've been told.
What else do we have? All right, so we have. Grab one other thing in there. Ooh, a Skeet the White's hat. This is one of my favorite questions. Bear with me. What is the 24-hour peak gust right now in Mount Washington? See how many people have that bookmarked. And yeah, current conditions. Anyone else have some beta?
Can I see what the answer is so I can... Got it.
Yeah, it's a hard one. Cool. I'll let Hillary monitor that.
I'm going to watch.
And we're going to go straight with T's little AK. This is some random footage.
Ryan, can you elaborate on Torty? Is that a cat breed?
Yeah, this was from one of my... These are, 2011. This old GoPro footage.
Burma? Mm-mm.
This is in Valdez. Dirt bagging our way into some heli skiing. This is in Hatcher Pass, somewhere on the I don't know, the Bomber Hut Traverse.
All right. We have a winner on the...
We got a winner? Hold on. I'm watching the video. There we go.
Oh, that was the first time I ever shot a gun. I mean, I don't think it gets any better than that. That was my one request, was I wanted to shoot guns in Alaska. And so Dana, aka Mad Dog, really, really, on the turn again arm. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So Ada, winner from last week, 75 miles an hour. Great job. You win the hat. And then Tortoiseshell is
we still don't have...
It's not quite what pike is.
The
it's close.
Ancestry.cat.
But
I should have a photo of him.
Sort of close. But not quite. I'm not going to accept those yet. Ragdoll. Headshots only.
All right. Well, let's chat a little bit more about like what's happening in Alaska.
Like with our trip?
Yeah. Let the chat. I mean, the chat, they can keep guessing.
Okay.
And then we should think of another. We still have some more stuff. We had a lot of stuff to give away last week that we didn't even tap into.
While we were chatting, has anyone here in the chat room been to Alaska? Tell us where you went. What happened? Just, in one sentence or less. We are headed on Monday for about 2 weeks to Alaska. This has been our carrot for the end of the season, and really our first winter ski trip in 4 years.
Yeah, since 2018. February 2018, went to British Columbia.
Mm-hmm. So we've been a little dry. What's
the further? No, you've traveled to Utah.
I did go to Utah for 4 days this year with my family. It wasn't like a, one of these trips.
Yeah, I haven't traveled anywhere, I don't think. Not to ski. So anyways, we're trying to make up for the lackluster winter, get as much good skiing as possible in. There's so my brother's in Anchorage, lots of good skiing in Anchorage. And then if you expand like an hour in each direction, you can either go up to Turnagain Pass or Hatcher Pass. Both have been a lot of fun, just easy day trips. And then, the real thing is to go fly somewhere out of Talkeetna into the Alaska range. So 1 year I got to fly into Denali Base Camp, and we grabbed these sleds and we tried to go up and over the Kahiltna Pass to exit the national park out the the north side, but it was so like cracked up and glaciated that we were pretty scared to keep going. So we went back, and we had sleds and big backpacks, and I was coming from San Diego off the couch, had no clue what I was. Well, I knew a little bit about what I was doing on that trip because I had done a year before, but yeah, we ended up ditching our sleds, getting those flown back out, and going out through this other place called the Pica Glacier, or Little Switzerland, which is now definitely on the map. Lots of people go there. And someone came in and showed me photos from their trip. So on the way out, anyways, that trip, I wanted to always go back to this one zone, and ended up getting to do that in 2016. So several years later, and it was amazing. And it was like two things. Like, it was really fun. There was playful terrain, but then there's like scared shitless terrain.
And I mean, I was telling one of my patients today, and I think she appreciated me sharing this. Like, when on the trip to the Pica Glacier, there were definitely tears shed on my part just from being overwhelmed and scared of the terrain. And then Andrew's brother Dana is awesome, and would sort of talk me through it. We get up there and you do it, and then it ends up being okay. But it's not the like GS turns down what you see. It's not what you see when, or my experience, what you see when you watch ski movies. It was, it was like controlled hop turns, managing slough for a really long face, and then you get to the bottom and you're like pretty shaky, and you made it, and that was quite a few of the lines we did. So an incredible experience, but really challenging. So I would like to go back and tap into that a little bit, since it's been a while, and but I also want to have some lighter ski experiences as well.
Yeah, let me show the fun zone. You can chat through this.
Oh, just fun fact. The first thing I see are the profoils that I brought. Fisher made those plastic skins for a hot minute, and we decided, great idea, bring them to a winter camping experience in Alaska. They failed day 2, and I just used my volet straps every time and chomped around. I think maybe we were duct taping there, and then we moved on to volet straps. So, fun fact.
Yeah, I think everyone has a good profile story.
The beans were given, yes. It was awesome, but it was intense.
So this little mini golf zone was like, I don't know, 500 vertical feet.
Really fun. So this is like the really fun stuff. My goal is to ski with a YouTube, my goal is to ski with a GoPro. I've never done it, so look out. I'm gonna have some
Hillary's YouTube channel's about to explode.
Sweet, Andrew.
All right, so we've had some people go to Chugach, Fairbanks, Wiseman, British short hair, domestic short hair. I think we need a photo of Pica.
Yeah, I can get one up.
So if you really look at him, he's got some very distinct attributes that should be a good giveaway. So is this some slow-mo? I was just watching. So this was like this fun section we went and farmed that had some fresh snow, and loved it.
You can't get photos off. Classic. For some reason I can share to you.
Would it work if I put it up to the camera?
Yeah, that works. Maybe.
Here's a kind of a weird picture of him.
It's not really. Oh. Yeah.
Right, those blue eyes. That should be a help.
I'm just gonna have to message it to myself. This is so old school. I don't know. So that was the fun stuff. That was the, easily accessible. Not easily accessible. Like we had to go over a pass to go get there, but felt pretty non-consequential. But then we'd see all these other lines that would surround us, and they just hard to grasp how steep they were. And it's a little intimidating when you're just two people decision making. You're out there, you got dropped off by a plane. You don't really have quick help if something goes wrong. You're just self-reliant. And there's this one line on this crown jewel that looked good. It was kind of in the shade, but it was warming while we were up there, so we had to kind of motor go up and out. But it was maybe a 1,200 foot pitch, and the steepness of it was probably the steepest thing you'd find in Tuckerman Ravine, but for a lot longer. So it was, I don't know, it's I've never got to ski steep stuff like this before, so it was definitely eye-opening, and it was never that comfortable until I got out of there, because the whole time you're thinking, when you're hiking up, you're I gotta ski back down this, and then when you finally get your skis on, you're still managing a lot of things going on. You're dealing with your slough and trying to get a feel for the snow, and I don't know, it's definitely scary. It gives me a lot more respect for what the guys in the movies are doing.
Yeah, incredible.
My legs were so tired by the time I got up there. I mean, there's a lot of these runs that I look back on, and I just end up falling on my butt halfway through just because my legs are so tired. But that was these were the early years. It feels like getting into backcountry. All right, let's play this commentary.
That little speck right there is Hillary.
Yeah.
Could be a false bridge.
Yeah, Dana's just I don't know. I think we can go across this.
Is that a Bergschrund?
It's a Bergschrund, yeah. So we got the scent plates on.
Now, I often would get halfway to 2/3 of the way up these faces and look down and sometimes panic a little bit. So a few times the guys helped me transition, and then I would go down just because I was freaked out. And then I would watch them from the bottom. It happened a couple times. If we came from above, I was okay. It's high up there. And you were saying, I forgot about just it's the exposure, and you're in the middle of nowhere, so it makes you think differently.
Yeah, and I had all these issues with my gear. You could see there, my pole was frozen shut. Something with a lockout. And then I'm on these old Transalp Fisher boots where they would just decide to go from ski mode to walk mode in the middle of the run.
And is that the line where there was a little bit of a rock band under you? Or was that?
No. Yeah, we don't have many of these back east. Don't know what to do with that.
Oh.
So what was the snow like? Just it wasn't powder, but it wasn't corn. I can't remember.
It was pretty powdery.
Yeah. And then this is where you felt really good.
Yeah, it was safe. But it's so beautiful. I don't remember how many. There's one other group there.
Yeah.
For a little bit, but got Katahdin vibes when you're no one else is out here.
So cool.
And we get to noodle back to base camp.
How you get the face shot.
That's it. That's all I got for show and tell. Oh, except Pika. I'm gonna see if I can drop him in here, because no one's gotten that yet.
What's a typical like whitish cat? What's that breed with blue eyes?
Persian?
Maybe.
See, now you're confusing me. Bam. There he is.
What is that? Really look at study his face markings and his colors.
Wow.
And when we got him as a kitten, a few months after we'd been in the Pika Glacier, he was whiter than he is now, and we thought he looked like a dirty glacier, so we named
All
him
right,
Pika.
now
We
it
named
looks
him
like
Pika.
I'm having an interview with Pika and he's frozen. He's got a bad internet connection.
He's like scared of you. He didn't like what you just said.
I don't know how to.
Anyway, I don't know if we've lost interest in the chat, but people are hung up on the Siamese.
Mm.
We'll give it to you. He's technically, they say, a Siamese tabby. His mom was a tabby, and his siblings were the dark tabby color, but he was white with the blue eyes. So, Joanne, you get this sweet arcade belt. Congratulations.
What else? We got coffee. Doing coffee again this week because Pierre is going to be holding it down while we're gone. So, same as last week. What's the roast date on this bag? You can't see it, but you can guess it. Yeah, Pierre will be serving up drink specials Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the coffee bar. And the shop will be open limited hours. So if you guys are around, come by, help Ryan out, help him move some boxes around. What do we got? Give this a second.
Anything else? Any other housekeeping? As people like to say.
No, I don't. I feel like when we get back, it'd be fun to do a show and tell on our actual trip.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get into like running and biking.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to come home and it's like we're going to go hard into that season.
Yeah. Speaking of running and biking, Friday Night Vertical.
This is big. This is exciting.
It's coming back. More details later, but in a more central location. Pretty exciting. And that's going to kick off early June. There's talk of a group ride out of the shop, probably more of a road ride, I think.
Yep. Pierre's heading that up, seems like, or whoever.
Mm-hmm. So follow Ski the Whites Coffee Co. on Instagram. Not sure. Maybe Ride the Whites will post something. And then what else? Covered Bridge 10K. That just went live. So we've pretty much approved again, pending a couple permits. That's August 12th.
That's an evening race, correct?
Yeah, 7 p.m. It's Friday night. 6 p.m. I'm trying to get a Jackson 5-miler approved, but that's going pretty slow. And that would be the same day as the Mount Washington Road Race, June 18th. But that starts at 5 a.m., so no conflict there.
You could do both, was what you're saying?
Yeah, you could start the 5-miler, finish by like 6 o'clock, and then you'd have plenty of time. It'd just be a nice warm-up.
Get a little muddy.
What else? What other bike stuff? We got a bunch of bike stuff in the shop. I sent that out in the newsletter. We got a POC order. Got some Neurona stuff. We got Chris was down there building bikes. So built a couple gravel bikes.
BMC bikes?
Yeah, not seeing many new bikes come through the door. So if you want a bike, you better put your name on the hat. All right.
Great. Cool. We had a guess on the 12th, but that's not correct on the coffee.
Has already won.
Yeah.
But she's also the only one guessing.
Yeah. And then Jared Coleman surfed a break in Rhode Island called Tuckerman's this morning, and then he skied tucks this afternoon. That's impressive.
Wow. There's a Tuckerman surf spot?
Apparently.
Or is that just his secret?
Maybe it just blew up.
Rory, fact check. If he's still in the chat room.
Cog cat skiing future plans. I don't know if I've heard of that.
Have not.
I've not heard of that as a plan.
But that has been thrown around.
So you can like ride the cog and then ski down?
Mm-hmm. Or just like it's wide enough to run a cat up there too.
Oh, like literally a cat on the cog. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've not heard about that.
On the loop.
Newport, says Rory. Tuckerman's.
Oh. Verified.
Verified.
Not that I wouldn't trust you, Jared, but it just happened that Rory's in there.
Rory surfed Westport this morning.
Okay. Now they're gonna have their own surf off.
Okay. Only guy out.
All right. Well, wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back in touch in a couple weeks, unless we do like an emergency Friday Night Live from Talkeetna if we're on like weather hold.
Yes.
That could be fun too.
Totally.
What time is it there right now? It's 3.
It's 4 hours different.
Yeah. 3:30. So it'd be 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.